Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Hello and welcome to session 17 of Human Resource Management course. I'm your instructor, Dr. Shikha and Khera from School of Management, Delhi Technological University. Students, in this session, we should be discussing about the intervention of technology in help for HR. Now, what is it? The title for today's session is Human Resource Information System. As the term itself suggests that there is some information system which deals with human beings in the organization. In general terms, in order to aid as a tool for the strategic decision making of HR professionals in the organization, there is this software or a platform which helps them to take the operative and manual decisions more easily, faster and speedily, and along with that, now they have more time for their strategic decision making. So let's discuss the details about with respect to the concept, different tools, and some caselets regarding human resource information system in today's session. As I just explained to you that human resource information system is primarily to integrate different aspects of the information. What information? We have to gather, store, manipulate, analyze, retrieve, and distribute the information about an organization's human resource. So it all deals with the information and the HR in the organization, or we can say the information pertaining to HR in the organization. So here two concepts or two disciplines like HRM and information technology, they merge together, and the primary purpose of merging is to automate and simplify various administrative procedures. As I mentioned, human resource information system is required so that we can have manual and operative things done with the help of machine, and the human resources can utilize that time in better strategy building. Let us move on to the objectives of human resource information system. So it is to understand the human resource information system concepts, its mechanism, its applications in the organization, and role of IT in helping HR to make effective decisions. Now we can also say human resource information system as an investment. So what is an investment? Investment where we grow the capital. So that means when we say human resource information system as a capital or as an investment, here we are talking about a long-term strategic perspective. It reduces the manual processing cost. So this is the one benefit by which we can think of growth. It improves reporting relationship in the organization, and it enhances the decision making. Now, what kind of decisions students HRIS will help? If we have a vacancy in a particular department and we go through the HRIS, we get to know someone who's already present in the organization working as an employee that can be replaced or deputed at that vacant position for some time until the new joinee takes over. So here HRIS has helped us to take a strategic decision so that we select the right person from within the organization and depute him. We need not go to outside agencies for selection or recruitment process. And that could happen because of the job rotation process we have already studied that the organization performs. With the help of job rotation and human resource information system, we can improve our efficiency of filling the gaps in vacancies, which are probably at times vacancies are created which we have not anticipated. So sudden creation of vacancy due to ill health or any kind of fatality of any human resources, or sudden resignation by any employee. So in all these scenarios, the problem is created, who will perform that job, and if that job is not performed, it will have a cascading effect on the further processes. So here, human resource information system enables us to identify the right individual from within the available human resources of the organization to take up that role. Also, we can say that human resource information system is an investment, as the return that we get after investing in HRIS is improved efficiency, better or accurate work, and appropriate employee engagement. The key functions of human resource information system include to create and maintain employee records, because as I just explained, we have to fulfill any vacancy or any gap. So this can be filled only when we have appropriate records of existing human resources in the organization. Second, it ensures the legal compliance with respect to HR policies and practices, and also the documentation part. Human resource information system enables to have an effective forecasting and workforce planning, where we can anticipate any kind of vacancy or employee turnover or retirement, and then we can depute the individual. It provides data for decision making and talent management. So here, decision making with respect to talent management is who is to be deputed where. And ultimately, it aligns the HR activities with the strategic goals. So we have one caselet here to discuss about human resource information system. It deals with IBM integrating AI and human resource information system. Now, HRIS platform at IBM is IBM's Nexa talent suite integrated with SAP success factors. Now, with this integration of AI tool and human resource information system, what we have achieved is real-time HR dashboards and cognitive analysis. Now, this HR dashboard enables the decision maker, with the help of the graphs produced by the dashboard or the kind of data output, the presentation that the dashboard gives, the decision maker can quickly anticipate what kind of human resources scenario is going ahead. And with this scenario, the decision related to cognitive analytics can also be done appropriately. It makes into consideration the employee career mapping and learning recommendations. So with HRIS, the career mapping becomes more easier. The promotion plan or the switch plan or the transfer plan or what kind of learning opportunities we have to give to the employee makes it more easier. Now, AI-driven workforce planning also can be done. So that means that we do not have any stoppage in work. When AI-driven workforce planning takes place, the workforce vacancies are created for a very, very small duration, and as a result, the work is not hampered or disturbed. Now, if, as we see here with the case of IBM integrating AI with HRIS, the impact or the outcome has been that 40% faster recruitment cycles, personalized career development for individual HR in the organization, and stronger link between HR data and strategic goals. So this is a key factor where HRIS plays a major role, that from the HR data we are able to decide strategically. Now, how do we decide from HR data strategic decision? If we are planning to open up a new unit, a new plant at a different location, and we have star performers with us. So with these star performers, we can rely on them, we can depute them to the new place, and we can have scaling up of our business, that is having more market share and having more contribution towards revenue generation. So this is the power of human resource information system when it gets integrated with the AI technology. The second caselet talks about Google. We all are aware about the Google company very well. So here it is a data-driven human resource information system. Data-driven we say because humongous data or big data is the part of HRIS. Here, Google uses integrated HIRS platforms for predictive analytics in HR decision making. Now, what is predictive analysis? Predictive analysis is the process or the phenomena by which we can predict the future behavior of human beings. Like you can predict the employee turnover. At present, there are 100 people working in organization. Everything is going very smooth, but you have a fear in mind that people may leave the organization if they get better opportunities or if they are not satisfied at their place of work. So in either of the conditions, this is going to disturb the workflow. Thus, at Google, HRIS is one of the prominent tools which helps overcome this problem of employee turnover with the help of predictive analytics. And also predictive analysis helps us understand the performance level of the employees in the organization based on certain previous data. At Google, this HRIS system is also focusing on employee engagement and tracking how well the employee has been engaged. Otherwise, if the employee engagement is not there with respect to the job, the result is the employee feels bored, or maybe he's not interested in the work because he is not properly engaged by the organization. But here is the solution to this problem. Solution to this problem is human resource information system. Also, HRIS helps in performance analytics and promotion forecasting. This forecasting enables the organization to take a step further, anticipating what is there in the future. Recruitment optimization with AI is another benefit of data-driven human resource information system at the Google company. With this optimized result, what we are doing? We are avoiding two errors. What is one error? One error is called as selection error. The other one is called as rejection error. So what happens if you have one star performer but you reject that person? So this is a rejection error in recruitment and selection. And on the other hand, if someone is a negative individual and you select that individual, so that is called as a selection error. Now, with the help of human resource information system, that too which is AI driven, it is very much possible that we optimize the selection decisions and we do not go for such errors while we are selecting the human resources. Now at Google, what is the impact of data-driven HRIS? It is improved retention through data-backed insight. Now, what is retention? Here we are talking about employee retention in organization. Employees remain in organization for a longer duration if they feel that they have been taken care of. And Google, with the help of intelligent human resource information system, is able to achieve that target, and the Google company has high retention of employees, thus less employee turnover. Then strategic hiring aligned with innovation needs. So what is our innovation need of the company? What do we mean by innovation need of the company? Innovation need here focuses on that to what extent do we have to innovate to be sustainable in the competitive market. So based on that innovation need, we are focusing on hiring. That is, strategically we are hiring individuals so that we have enhanced innovative environment in the organization. Then enhanced transparency and employee satisfaction is a key buzzword which enables the employee to get retained and work harder in the present scenarios. So we must have a fair and just ecosystem in the organization. This fair and just ecosystem should be very transparent up to the extent that it enhances the employee satisfaction. So here we have studied two example students of two different companies. One was from Google and the other one from IBM. And what we could understand out of it is that human resource information system is inevitably supporting and helping the decision making with respect to HR in the organization. So as we have discussed about the two caselets, let us formally put down why human resource information system is an important phenomenon or concept, as it provides the necessary support for HR department to function effectively. How, from tracking an employee's life cycle to integrating with employee enterprise resource planning system. This enterprise resource planning system enables the organization to take up all the manual and operative work related to the personnel present in organization. Also, with the help of ICT, it has become an imperative for human resource management to have HRIS to ease out the working and decision-making pattern. And in today's dynamic environment, HR management must be very comprehensive, fast and flexible, without which they cannot focus on hiring the correct individuals. Let's have some discussion on some historical background of evolution of HR technology, how technology intervened with HR. Since we have studied in the historical background of human resource management, dating back to the world wars and late 19th century and early 20th century, when the technology was taking the boom, and it took up certain functional areas also, out of which one of the functional areas was human resources. So stage one was the paper-based system where people were doing things related to HR system very much manual and operated very much independently. And the data was stored on mainframe computers with HR as the sole custodian for that data. Then came the stage two, that was early personal computer technology. Now with this personal computer coming in, information migrated from the paper to the PCs and local area network. So now, though information was not on World Wide Web, because World Wide Web came later, before that with PCs the paper information was encrypted through LAN. And then databases could produce reports with basic employee tombstone data, whatever was there as a part of paper oriented information. After that came electronic databases, and these electronic databases were also the relational databases which allowed the data to be stored at multiple linked files, enabling more complex reports. So what we study today in HR analytics, different types of, or 4 types of analytics which help transform data into a meaningful information, and with that meaningful information we take decisions. Earlier in the previous times it was not there. The initial technology was in the form of electronic database systems, and these electronic database systems were to store the record and link the files, so that now we can have a meaningful information out of all the data presented there. So this was the beginning of EHR at this stage, where electronic databases came into existence. And then came after that WWW, that is World Wide Web, that is web-based technology, where focus was shifted to automating transactions and achieve high level of efficiency. So we understand efficiency is the input-output ratio, and that has to be achieved, but keeping in consideration the effectiveness of any phenomenon. So web-based applications allow users to access HR information from any computer via screen login. So that was the next stage, student, where now you can see from stage 1 to stage 4 we have moved from paper to a web-based service, where through screen sharing the data can be exchanged, or information could have been exchanged at different platforms. Now, pondering something about role of information technology in human resource management. So first thing that we have to understand is technology as an enabler. Students, who is an enabler? Enabler is that moderator which facilitates or helps to conduct a phenomena. And information technology became an enabler in the form of, or with respect to, human resource management practices. So the first initial support of information technology includes hiring and selection, managing paperwork, and securing sensitive files. How hiring and selection? Here, using online applications like, for example, knockout questions to filter unqualified candidates. Here, what we have used information technology in the HR field, and by that we save a lot of time in interviewing in person each individual and then filtering them out. Second role can be managing paperwork. So online enrollment systems for benefits like medical, dental, retirement, or you can name any, online enrollment of bank customers, online enrollment of students in a university or a school or a college. So by this online enrollment system, the administrative work of various organizations was made very easy, and it was all because of IT intervention in HR. Then securing sensitive files, so using encrypted spreadsheets which cannot be seen or opened by the third party. Only the one who has created has the right to do so. Or external payroll services to protect sensitive documents and prevent theft of information from the organization. Now, do you have any information regarding data and the difference between information? If I say that the weather forecast is, we will have rainfall of say 2 mm today, 4 mm tomorrow, 10 mm day after that, and 12 mm after that day. So we have 2, 4, 10, 12 mm data with us. But is that information? That has to be transformed into a meaningful information that in the forthcoming week in this particular geographic region, due to heavy clouds, the total rainfall is expected to be this, and the timings for rainfall could be these. So we are making you alert about when you plan your trips outside your homes based on the weather conditions. So this is how raw data has been transformed into a meaningful information that has been communicated to you. Now, based on this meaningful information, you have to decide what? You have to decide whether to go out in the rain or whether not to go out in the rain. So this is how raw data is transformed into information, and information is transformed into decision making. So data considered here is the raw facts example, which includes hire dates, salaries, turnover numbers, etc. So those who were hired, on which date they were hired, what salaries were produced or given, or how much was the turnover in the current scenario. Here we are talking about employee turnover. Now, information is nothing but processing of the data, raw data into output that gives meaning to the managers with respect to that information. So, for example, analyzing turnover data to identify trends and causes. So, when you are analyzing the turnover data, you realize that every year 5% of people leave the organization. Okay, that's fair enough. This is the data. And then you further dig into the data and you realize, oh, every year people leave the organization in the month of June or July. So is there any connection why they leave in the month of June or July? Probably then you can connect that they get their increment in the month of March or April, and only they wait till they get their increment or bonus, and after that they put their resignation. So this is how you have to interpret out of the given data and process it. So tracking employee and employer data, that is HR matrix, is the key to effective HR management. So we have to develop an HR matrix which deals with employee and employer data. Now, what is the human resource information system structure? This structure has different components. It includes first databases, wherein the data can be stored. Second, computer application, with the help of which database can be made active. Then hardware, which makes the or gives structure and shape to the machine, and then comes the software that operates upon. So it is not just a technology, it also includes people, policies, procedures, data required to manage the HR function. So we have to include all these in order to get the right kind of information. A sound in human resource information system allows the integration of HR policies. What kind of policies we shall be discussing in the forthcoming sessions. So policies like rules related to promotion or leave or transfer or retirement. So they are policies. They directly into the system. So if you have an effective human resource information system, you can integrate different HR policies and then you can go for decision making. So there are different HRIS subsystems also. Core HRIS subsystem includes first employee administration. So what is employee administration? It deals with taking the basic demographic data of the employee. Now what do we mean by demographic data? Age, gender, previous experience, qualification, previous salary, projects they have undertaken, their core competence or abilities, etc. All that information is kept as an employee administration in the data form. And then comes the second, that is the recruitment. Recruitment is also an HRIS subsystem where the recruitment, with the help of recruitment, we can track the position details, that where the individual has filled, whether there were 4 steps to fill, at what step the individual is currently, then approvals related to recruitment and application information of the recruitee. We can also include resume scanning for the key words. So say for example, if we are going for a position of a chef, so in that case, the key words that we can add on is maybe, knowledge of spices. Okay. Or we can also include of veg or non-veg food, whatever he makes. So with the help of these prompt keywords, we can scan in the resume whether these words are appearing or not. If these words are appearing, so that means that we are able to filter out the information at this stage also. Then comes time and attendance. So calculates vacation time, tracks absence and manages leaves of absence based on company policy program into the system. So if the company policy is that we give 200 leaves to an individual in a year, so with the help of human resource information system, we can have a data which says that the employee has already taken 70 leaves out of his account. And then these many 130 are remaining, so that can be reflected to both the manager and the employee himself. Also, it tracks the absence, it tracks the vacation time when the employee is not performing well or is working, or the employee is on the vacations. Further, other subsystems include employee growth and performance. So, human resource information system also enables to have employee growth and performance noticed. And how HRIS notices? The first sub-factor here is training and development, that contains the data on employee skill, competency, courses taken and career planning path. How does he see himself in the next 10 years or 5 years? What is the career path he has made? How many seminars, workshops, conferences, meets, or any kind of other event with respect to academic enrichment has the employee undertaken? And by that, we can find out that what are the needs for training and development in him. When we are already aware about the employee skill, competency, and the courses taken, we can identify, is there any gap in all? If there is a gap, then there is always a need for training and development. If there is no gap, then there is no need for training and development. Now, the second subsystem under employee growth and performance is pension administration. Now, what is pension, students? Pension is the retirement benefit that the employee gets once he gets superannuated, and that is based on a formula calculation as given by the through the Gazette notification as a statutory guidelines by the government of that country or state. So pension is also one of the social security norms. So as a part of social security, Many employees, especially in the government sector, are provided with a pension, which is the subsistence level needs to be fulfilled with the help of the money they get or draw. So pension administration also is made easy with the help of human resource information system, because here the managers can have a pension plan design with HRIS, and along with employees and company contribution that can be done. So rather than doing all these calculations manually, there is a machine which is doing this work on the behalf of the manager. Then comes performance evaluation. So it includes performance rating, appraisal dates, comments, and performance objectives. Why human resource information system requires performance evaluation or need to help in performance evaluation? Because with the help of performance appraisal or evaluation, we can find out what are the gaps in performance. And these gaps in performance will enable the HRIS to take a decision on whether to go for training and development, whether to go for promotion, whether to go for demotion, whether to go for transfer, etc. Now, the core HRIS subsystem under the third category, that is compensation, organization, and safety. Here, compensation, benefits, administration, and benefit administration, it holds the information on pay grades, bonus structures, and benefit plan policies. So when it comes to pay grades, generally the pay grades are based on the pay commissions that come every 10 years, and based on the inflation rate and the factors of the job, pay grades are decided. HRIS enables, if we put the right kind of coding with the HRIS, we get to know when the employee was at level 1 of the pay grade, when he was at level 2, when did he qualify for level 3, so that we can decide upon further benefits and bonuses or any kind of promotion for him. Then comes organizational management. So it includes organization structure and job description. So HRIS helps to manage two fundamental phenomena in the organization. And what are these two fundamental phenomena? Students, one is organization structure and the second one is job description. Now in organization structure, we have different levels and number of people at a specific level. So HRIS helps us to devise how many levels to be there and how many people at each level to be there. And along with that, it gives jobs description, and job description tells us what jobs or roles are to be performed in a particular position. Once that is clear with HRIS, then HRIS helps in matching the best match with that role, with those jobs from the available resources of human resource, or you can say from the available demographic information of the human resource and his professional experience. Also, HRIS subsystem under the compensation, organization, and safety includes health and safety. So what happens with respect to health and safety data? In health and safety data, on what machine the accidents are taking place, how many occupational hazard cases have come up which have disturbed the physical well-being of the workers who were working there, and along with that, other illnesses if the employees are facing or laborers are facing, then that information can be stored in human resource information system, which will enable us to decide on whether to depute that individual at a particular position or not. So someone has acute knee pain or recently underwent a knee surgery. It is advisable then through HRIS we get to know that this is the condition of the individual. Since the data has been updated after his operation, the result is we put that person into smaller jobs, or smaller jobs here means more comfortable jobs and jobs which do not require long standing. So this is the benefit of human resource information system when it comes to health and safety of the employees. Now, how do we perform the HRIS function? We perform this HRIS function by creating and maintaining the employee records, which has all information with them. Then ensuring that this is in the legal compliance with the given guidelines. It enables forecasting and planning with which you can think of, increasing your business to different regions also if you plan well. Managing talent and knowledge that the employees carry, aligning HR activities with organization's strategic plan, and assisting managers with decision making. So this is one of the key Very important factors assisting the managers with the decision making with respect to employees. So the first mechanism is record keeping and compliance. Here, create and maintain employee records. An HRIS administrator is responsible for accurately entering and maintaining employee records throughout their employment life cycle. So how do we keep the record? We initially make a record book of every employee, and incidences or any kind of changes in their work pattern is recorded in that record book. Then it ensures legal compliance also. So data from human resource information can be used to generate reports required by government regulations such as employment equity legislation, ensuring timely and accurate compliance. So here you have seen, students, how record keeping and compliance can be done with the help of human resource information system. Mechanism 2 talks about planning and strategic alignment. So human resource planning and forecasting is a very important concept. We know we have already discussed in the initial sessions also. In this, the information that we get is information about the recruitment, about the training, administrative subsystems like open positions if available, employee skills, turnover rate. It helps the manager to develop long-term staffing planning in the organization. So in HR planning and forecasting, we are taking into consideration certain factors like turnover rate, employee skills and position, and then only we can forecast. In strategic alignment, human resource information system data helps the organization to align HR activities with their strategic plan. For example, it can identify if the company has the necessary talent to enter into the new market. So the same thing I explained to you. If you wish to open up a new plant, you have to see that whom you can depute from your existing resources, and this is done by human resource information system. Mechanism 3 talks about talent and decision making. Now, what do we mean by talent and decision making here? So it says that we have to go for talent management, or we also call as talent management system, under which we are aware about data on skills, jobs, health, training, interest, helps managers provide developmental opportunity for each of the employees based on the kind of background they have, and create a development plan that meet both employee and the organizational needs. Now this is, if you remember, students, this is Henry Fayol's one of the principles. And what is the principle? Subordination of individual interest to the organizational interest. What does that mean? That means if we meet the organizational needs, employee needs are automatically met, and we can also say vice versa. Now, decision making with respect to workforce analytics. Now, workforce analytics is how many people to be deputed at a particular place, what qualification we expect from them to have before deputation. Are there any gaps in experiences? So shall we give them some experience or not? What all combined divisions will be working for it? So on the whole, a cross-functional team may be created, and that is the decision with respect to workload, workforce analytics, that how many people would be required, how many do we have, and how we can have a best match between the two. Then comes organization structure and human resource information system, aligning people and processes. So how you can say one of the non-living important aspects of organization, that is organization structure, and the living aspect, that is the human resource. How they can together be blended well so that they can help align with the organizational efficiency. Then comes the structure of organization. It helps define tasks, determine information flow, and ensure accountability. So based on the structure, we know that there is an organization structure that can be in the hierarchical level or that can be in the horizontal level. So based on the structure, the kind of structure the organization possesses, we can think of what tasks to be given at what level, determine the information flow, that is what is going to be the hierarchy of flow, whether it is top down or whether it is bottom up or whether it is horizontal, and then ensure the accountability. So accountability is always on the part of the subordinate. A subordinate is accountable to the boss for certain tasks. So we have to ensure who is accountable to whom. This can also be done with the help of human resource information system. Then comes common structures, which represent the organizational structures. So there are 3 to 4 common structures which we can find in organizations. So the first one is functional structure. Functional structure here means the functional area. What are the functional areas? Like HR, finance, marketing, supply chain, etc. So they are the functional areas. The organization is divided into segments based on functions. Example, software development and marketing. So based on the different functions that the organization carries, like if we talk about textile industry. So in textile industry, you have different functions. What are different functions? You have weaving, spinning, dyeing of clothes. So they are different functions and each function has different structure. Similarly, functions like marketing may have different structure of organization as compared to function like software development. Then the second substructure or common structure is the matrix organization. In matrix organization, we have both the functional area as well as the cross-cultural teams. So under the matrix area, we have divisions. So say this is a division to dyeing, this is a division for weaving, and each division, both of the division will have functions like planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. So this is mixed structure in the organization. Then comes HRIS and organizational processes. So human resource information system are computerized system. By now students, you must be very clear about it. And what do we do with the computerized system? We acquire the knowledge about current HR, we analyze that, we store that information, we analyze that information, and then further we distribute that information to the organizational members so that they can plan ahead. HRIS merges HRM with IT and moving from labor-intensive manual record to efficient integrated system. This is the most important benefit of human resource information system, that it is shifting from a labor-intensive manual work of operations to efficient and integrated system. It plays a key role in supporting organization structure, communication and decision-making process. Now here students, you can see how important HRIS is, that it enables the parity between or a kind of connect between various important aspects of organization like its structure or how people will communicate within the structure, and after communication how decision making process can be eased out. Talking something about human resource information system and organizational processes, let us see, do they have any connect or not? So an organization structure, as we all know, is a graphic representation of, what does it represent? If I draw an organization structure here right now, you would be able to answer that. So what it is it depicting? It is depicting that how it functions and is managed. So how is it functioning? It is functioning with the help of various, maybe, positions like supervisor, foreman, assistant manager, manager, general manager, etc. It classifies roles, responsibilities and reporting lines. So this is the reporting line of action. Here accountability is from bottom to up, and it determines how information flow is processed. So information flow can be top down also and bottom up also, for information flow and for the accountability. Affects the organization's flexibility and responsiveness. Now this is very, very important, students. What do we mean by this? Is very important, students. What do we mean by flexibility and responsiveness? So flexibility means that we know we are surviving in a highly dynamic and turbulent environment with respect to business operations. With human resource information system, we have this facility that we can be flexible in switching one individual from one position to the other based on the requirement of the core skill and ability that he carries. And along with that, it makes the organization more responsive towards what is available in the outside environment. Now, what all can be available in the outside environment? There can be opportunities or threats. So with the help of human resource information system, we can be responding efficiently to the threats and the opportunities available. If there is an opportunity based on which we have core competence of human resource, we depute that human resource for completing that opportunity. If there is a threat and we have a gap in skill, human resource information system will enable us that who all in the organization are capable to deal with this particular threat. And then comes the different types of organization structure. So there are key type of organization structure as bureaucratic structure, functional structure, divisional structure, and matrix structure. Now, what is a bureaucratic organization structure? These structures maintain strict hierarchies and categorized into three types. What do we mean by strict hierarchies? Strict hierarchies here mean that they have rigid rules and structure. They do not deviate at all. In bureaucratic organization structure, we cannot deviate from any kind of policies or rules that have already been established in the organization. So, the example for bureaucratic organizations are the government setup or government organization. Then comes the three subparts of bureaucratic structure. So, first is the pre-bureaucratic. It lacks standardization. Lacks standardization means there are no set rules. Often found in small startups and is a centralized decision maker. Because small startups are highly flexible and rather they are at the stage to explore the opportunities for growth. So at this stage, centralization is must and rules are in the process of getting shaped. They do not have proper shape at this moment, but they are in the process of getting shaped. The second structure includes bureaucratic structure, that is features a degree of standardization and is suitable for large complex organization with tall hierarchies. Now, in the previous slide we talked about, I'll just show you, this is the organization structure. So we call it as a tall organization structure. And in tall organization structure, we have different hierarchical levels also. Thus, it says the bureaucratic structure is suitable for large and complex organizations because they have many positions and all positions are placed in the tall structure. Thus, they need to have standardized rules and regulations. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to handle large number of people in the organization. So, in order to handle large people in organization, it is better to have a bureaucratic structure which has a feature of degree of standardization. Third bureaucratic structure is post-bureaucratic structure. So, it maintains hierarchies but incorporates modern ideas like total quality management and culture management. So, it says that we do have a hierarchical structure which is little rigid also, but based on fundamental of having culture management and TQM in the organization, it comes under the category of post-bureaucratic structure. The second category, that is functional and divisional structure of organization. Here it is segmented by different functions. So we can have software function, marketing function, HR function, finance function, supply chain functions or IT function, etc. So it enhances efficiency within functional group. So when you have different functional groups and these functional groups are independently performing, thus the efficiency increases and successful in large organizations producing high volumes at low cost. So what is the benefit of functional structure? The benefit of functional structure is that it is highly successful in large organizations and it produces high volume at low cost. What is it? High volume at low cost? This is also called as cost leadership strategy that can be performed in functional structure. In divisional structure, the function areas are divided into independent divisions based on Either the division is based on geography, based on products, or based on services. Let us take the example for all three. If you have north region, southern region, west region, so this is the division based on geography. Now, if you have products like your company makes leather bags, it makes leather jackets, it also makes leather belts and leather shoes. So here we have divided based on the product. Different divisions are there. And services, as I mentioned, in textile industry, so there could be services like spinning, weaving, dyeing. So basically these are not services, they are the processes. So divisions based on processes. When it comes to division based on services, we can think of hospitality industry, hospitality where we have housekeeping, one service, then front desk, another service, and then can be customer care, another service, etc. And then food and beverage or chef services, another service. So these are the examples for various functional and divisional structures. Next to discuss upon is the matrix structure, which is a blend of two structures. It combines functional as well as divisional structure. So employees are grouped by both their function and product that they are working upon. How is it possible? This is possible. So if some employee is working on a particular product, say leather belt, then leather jacket, and then leather shoes. So they are based on the product or the division. So this is division 1, division 2, division 3. And when it comes to functional area, all functional areas like HR, finance, marketing, all are catering to each division. So this is a kind of a matrix you can see is made in front of you. The organization uses cross-functional teams to complete the task. In this example, a team might consist of software engineer, which is functional area, and assigned to product A. So thus it is a matrix structure. Now, something to deal with human resource information system and authority and responsibility. I hope students, you know what is authority and what is responsibility. So with respect to authority, it lies with the authority is the power vested in the position and responsibility is the task assigned to it. Now, how HRIS helps in performing these? Job titles and tasks where specific roles, duties are clearly defined helps the deputation of individuals properly. Then HRIS helps in establishing who reports to whom. So that is the supervisory line. Also, it organizes staff into logical groups like departmental units, and it ensures responsibility for achieving organization goals, that is accountability. So what does HRIS provide? HRIS provides the data which can resolve the complex relationship and the complex scenarios of working pattern in organization. Then comes communication process and human resource information system. So HRIS, how it helps in communication process? It helps in communication process by spreading of memos and reports, by keeping the record of profile status update of individuals. So if one employee has recently attended a conference or has recently updated himself in terms of some education degree, so that can be added on and updated in organization through communication process. Voice and text chat also with the help, which is a feature of human resource information system that enables the managers to take or seek the data that it is carrying with itself. Then comes characteristics of quality human resource information system. If human resource information system is highly qualitative, then it is going to show high accuracy, high significance and reliability, comprehensive, it contains lot of information, reliability and visual impact and consistency of the format. So if you are looking for a human resource information system for your organization, you should see that your HRIS, which you are choosing from the available human resource information system softwares, like different companies are producing these HRIS. So the parameters on which you should choose for your company includes these parameters. Now, evaluating the HRIS performance includes to determine if an HRIS is being used to its full advantage. We have to ask this key question. If we have taken HRIS in organization, is it being utilized to full advantage, or we have wasted money on that? Is the system integrated with payroll and our data elements being duplicated or not? Does the system have real-time online update capabilities? Can the system quickly answer specific functional questions like turnover rate in a department? Is the cost to maintain the system justified by time resource it saves? So by answering these, basically we are in a position to evaluate the performance of HRIS system. Evolving behavioral patterns of HR manager, as we know that the HR manager role is evolved over the time. Like in phase 1, it was growth and more dominated. Now, like in phase 1, it was growth dominated. HR was primarily driven by recruitment to bridge a vast demand-supply gap leading to high attrition. So that was the beginning phase. In phase 2, after growth, we have as a normal graph also says, growth and stability. So this was the growth phase and this is the stability phase. Now here, with reduced attrition, the focus has shifted to people development, team building, enhancing skills, improving productivity to sustain stability, and that can be achieved with the help of HRIS. HRIS security, so why it's a top priority? Because HRIS carries sensitive information. Security is the top priority for any HRIS to handle situations like exposure of sensitive payrolls and benefit data. Students, this is very sensitive information. So we need to have a highly secure system to keep this information intact with us. Loss of personal data like social security numbers outside the organization can be very dangerous or harmful for the employee and organization. Unauthorized updates of key data like salary and stock options can put the employee in trouble, and sharing of confidential review comments with unauthorized employees may disturb the kind of decorum in the organization. So we have to see to it that HRIS security is the top priority. And we all must know that the good system performance requires good people performance in organizations. So we have to focus on basically the morality of the individuals. So here, the staff loyalty, efficiency are very critical for the security of human resource information systems. Here we can have 3 levels of human resource information system security: role-based security. So here, the recruiter, manager, employee the specific field a user can edit or screen. So an employee can view their job title but cannot damage it. And the third is row level security, which so they can view something and they can view something not. So it is a partial, you can say, information given to the employees. With these level of securities, we can always have a secured human resource information system. Adoption, technology selection may be wrong. There can be planning issues. Managers are not planning well. There can be ability issues. So those who are handling it, they lack the training. Then technology transfer process issues can be there where technology is an overestimation of transfer capability can also disturb the HRIS system. So students, here I would like to conclude the session, and I hope you people have understood various nuances of information system. Like we can see, human resource information system is the backbone of modern HRM. It must master human resource information tools to remain highly competitive. This is the bibliography, students, which I have referred to for this course, this particular session on human resource information system. Now I conclude the session. Thank you all for patiently